Hi! Hello, hello! Oh, meron na tayong 3 watches. So, hi, good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Welcome again sa Freelancing Society Facebook Live with Guest Expert. Comment kayo below kung naririnig nyo ako ng maayos. Comment, guys. I can see here. Tapos, syempre, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Milna. I am a freelance website designer, VA agency owner, and also a virtual assistant coach. And please don't forget to visit, ito, asan ba? Ito, streamyard.com/Facebook para mamaya makita namin yung mga faces nyo tsaka yung names nyo. Tapos, syempre, stay tuned until the end ng live stream kasi meron tayong Canva giveaway. Of course, alam nyo na yan. And onto the topic of today's live, our guest expert is a Show It website designer. She started freelancing in September 2019 as a social media manager. She left her job in March 2020 to become a full-time freelancer, and she transitioned from being a social media manager to a website designer. And today, she will share us a topic that is near and dear to my heart, which is website design. So she'll teach us how to start a website design business. Let's all welcome Hazel. Hazel!
Hi, thank you. Live na ba ako? Ayan.
Oo,
Hi.
live ka na.
Yan. So thank you so
So,
much for this opportunity. First time ko magla-live and I'm happy to do it with Miss Milna and in this Facebook group.
yay! Thank you. Oh. Thank you din for joining me, syempre. Alam ko naman hindi madaling mag-live, 'di ba? So, at saka nakakakabang mag-live. Kaya sobrang nagpapasalamat din ako dun sa mga naging previous guests ko kasi syempre alam ko namang hindi madali to. Now, before tayo mag-proceed sa presentation ni Hazel, I'm sure alam nyo na, mamimigay kami ng 300 pesos GCash load na post na to, I think kahapon o ng Thursday yata. So, ang mechanic lang is bibigay ko na yung question ngayon. Then, kailangan yung panoorin yung presentation ni Hazel kasi nandoon yung sagot sa presentation niya. And then, mamaya, after ng presentation ni Hazel, sasabihin ko kung kailan kayo magko-comment. So, wag nyo munang ilalagay yung sagot sa comment ngayon. Kung alam nyo na, mamaya na lang. Pag sinabi ko na yung time na para mag-comment. Okay? So, the question is, eto, take down notes, guys. When should you start building the website on your chosen website platform? So, ito yung question, again, yung answer nandun sa presentation ni Hazel mamaya. Doon nyo malalaman. Tapos, once alam nyo na yung sagot, i-take down note nyo lang, huwag nyo munang i-comment. Then, mamaya, after ng presentation ni Hazel, sasabihin ko pag time nang mag-comment. Okay. I think we're good to go, Hazel. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay.
Okay, so sharpening screen ko.
Oops.
Ayan. Can you see my screen, Miss Milna?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Comment
So
kayo guys if you can see Hazel's screen.
yan. So, I think meron tayong 3 viewers. I think ako yung isa dyan. Kaya, apat. So, hi guys! Welcome! And dun sa mga manonood ng replay, so please take note of the question and also, oh no, sorry. So, the question and answer portion, para lang to sa mga nanonood ng live, no? So, yeah, good thing there are 3 people watching right now and hopefully there'll be more later. But without further ado, we can already start with the presentation. Um, so just a quick introduction about me. this is kind of similar to how Miss Milna introduced me. So let me just add something. So I used to be a CSR, TSR, retentions agent, or anything you want to call it. So I worked as CSR for about 7 years, and I started working when I was 18. And during these years, I'm really craving for time freedom and definitely financial freedom. So parang I wanted to earn more. So nagtry akong mag-tutor, and then I also tried multiple networking companies, but nothing worked for me and nakakapagod siya. And you know how it is to commute here in the Philippines. So parang pupunta ka sa work, 2 hours travel time, 2 hours pabalik. So sobrang nakakapagod siya, and I wasn't really earning that much kahit may mga sideline ako. So I decided to just focus on my job. And then eventually in 2018, I applied for a trainer post, and I got the role, but I only lasted for a year because that's when I discovered freelancing. It was September 2018 when I came across a Facebook post which is about freelancing, owning your time, working anywhere and anytime you want. So I got curious, and then I invested in my first freelancing course. I think it was August 2019. And then so I took the course so I'd have an idea kung ano yung mga skills na pwede kong i-offer, paano ba yung sistema ng freelancing. And then once I discovered yung mga skills na pwede i-offer, I decided na um, I want to pursue social media management. So then I took another course, yun yung second investment ko, which is focused on social media manager. And then just after a month of the program or of the course, I got my first paying client. Actually, hindi na ako dumaan sa pro bono. So I was really lucky na nakahanap ako ng first paying client ko. I was charging $250 for 3 posts per week. And then I started getting more clients. And then December 2019, I told myself na kayang-kaya naman pala, kayang-kaya kong higitan or taasan yung current salary ko. So why not why not do it full time? So January this year lang, that's when I handed my resignation letter, and then I had to render 2 months. So exactly 2 weeks or second week of March, that's when I started doing this business full time. And then I actually had plans of traveling local, pero COVID hit. So we have to stay home. And I'm still grateful because I got the chance to upskill, to learn marketing, to work with clients, find clients, and things like that. So that's how I ended up. So that's how I started doing this business full time. And then April 2020, so I came across another post, and it's about a branding. It's a branding course, and then nakita ko dun sa group nila, some are earning 6 digits or 6 figures, and some are even 7 figures. So sabi ko, wow, gusto ko rin ng ganon. And then I also discovered my love for designs because part ng social media management work mo is to design graphics, right? So doon ko na-discover na, okay, gusto ko rin pala yung designing. So kaya nag-jump na ako into brand designing. So April, if I remember it right, I think I was offering both brand and website designing. And then after a few months, I realized na hindi pala ako magaling mag-design ng brand, but I was really good at designing websites. So kaya since June until now, dun ko na fino-focus yung energy ko and time. And that's how I ended up from being a CSR to a website designer. So today, yun yung topic natin is how you can start your own web designing business. And I divided the topic into 3 sections. Though yung build foundation part natin, it's grayed out because we'll just go through it real quick. Because if i-discuss pa natin siya in detail, it might take us around 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But what I want to share with you is how you can actually start offering web design as your service. So let's get to it. First is, of course, yung building foundation nga. Now, why branding is important. So if you plan on building a business, then branding is a must because that's how you can differentiate yourself from your competitors, from everyone else in the market. And And it's the core and the face of your business. So when I say it's the core, I'm referring to yung personalities mo, yung values, yung beliefs, and the things that you stand for. And yung face, ito yung visual representation ng brand mo. And dito papasok yung, or it's the brand identity design. So dyan papasok yung logo, yung color palette mo, yung color palette, what else, and other brand design elements. So if you know your brand from the inside, it would be easier for you to market yourself because let's say ano ba yung mga values mo? What are the things that you stand for? So let's say, for example, you support vegan, you support sustainable brands, you support the LGBT community. If you're clear about that sa messaging mo across all platforms, you will attract the right people. You will attract the kind of people that you want to work with. And since so parang magkakaroon na kayo ng point of connection, and that will make it easier for you to market yourself to that certain group of people. And when you stand out because of your strong branding, it means ang positive ripple effect niya is eventually magbo-book out ka, fully booked ka. And when you're booked out, that's when you can start charging more. Yun na yung trigger mo to charge more. So it's really important that you set up your branding. I'm not a branding expert. So if you want to know this in depth, look for courses, look for people who can help you build your foundation. So may image ako dito. This is a very popular example of branding. So I'm not sure bakit nawala yung cup dito. It's just a regular cup of coffee and it's worth 20 pesos, but for Starbucks it's 100 plus, and still customers want Starbucks over just a regular cup of coffee, and because of their branding and the experience of their customers. So next to branding is, of course, you have to identify your ideal client. Sino ba yung gusto mo makatrabaho? Who do you want to work with? And I'm sure you've probably heard of this somewhere else, but marketing to everyone is marketing to no one. So if medyo nahihirapan kayo to niche down kung sino ba talaga yung gusto yung ideal client, it's okay, just take it slow. But just to start, at least pinpoint group of people na gusto mong iserve, na gusto mong maging client. So for example, you can choose e-commerce brands kahit hindi pa super specific, like gusto mo ba clothing, gusto mo ba men apparel, gusto mo ba accessories, kahit hindi ka pa ganun ka-specific, at least you already know that you're targeting e-commerce brands. That's good enough for now, and then you can just eventually get more specific to your ideal client. This is really important kasi before you create an offer, you need to know their problems, their issues. So ito yung issues nila. And you also need to know what are their goals, what are their desires. And you need to bridge that gap from point A to point B, and you will use your offer to bridge that gap. Now, pag kilala mo yung ideal client mo, you can create an offer that matches them. It will be an offer that they would want to buy, that they would need, and that they can also afford. So after branding, next is ideal client. And again, that's our only discussion about this. But if you want to know in depth about these topics, then go find other resources to help you, build the foundation of your business. So next section, this is important. Ito na yung pagsisimula mo ng web designing. So after your foundation, then I suggest you go to learn and practice mode. So what I learned from my experience is, ang nangyari kasi sa akin before, so, okay, I decided I want to do web design. So ginawa ko, okay, sige, gusto ko WordPress because it's the most popular one. I've been seeing comments or conversations wherein WordPress yung nagsastand out, especially sa if I remember, it was a local group of freelancers, and in the group, WordPress was the popular platform. So I decided na, okay, I want to do that. I want to use this platform. So nag-start ako, I had a client, and then after that, nag-move on ako sa isang software ulit, which is Shopify, because sakto may another client who needs a Shopify page. So, okay, sige, dahil may client ako sa Shopify, move tayo sa Shopify. So, ang nangyari is, it took me longer to actually learn about the platform. So, hindi ko pa nga na ma-master si WordPress, I already switched to Shopify. So, it's like wala akong expertise and I don't want it. Kaya, what I would recommend to you if you're just starting out your web design career or your business is, so na-identify mo na yung target market mo. Now, conduct the research and see ano ba yung software, ano ba yung platform that is best for this target market. And consider mo rin, ano ba yung popular sa kanila. So let's say marami kang options. In my case, my target market is service-based female entrepreneurs. And when I did my research or check yung mga conversations in certain FB groups, I noticed na yung mga popular or yung top two platforms are Showit and Squarespace. So I did my research. Ano ba yung mas gusto ko dito? Is it Showit or Squarespace? And then I haven't tried Squarespace kasi nung nakita ko si Showit, nung na-try ko siya, I found it very easy to use. So if you're familiar with Adobe Illustrator, parang ganun lang siya. It's like a blank white canvas and you can just start putting elements, drag and drop it anywhere on the page or anywhere in the section. So, yon. So, after nyo ma-discover kung sino yung ideal target nyo, research about them, and then decide what one platform do you want to focus on right now. So, I heard from a podcast episode I listened to prior. She said, go deep before you go wide. Which means, aralin mo muna itong isang software na to. And it's okay if you want to learn something else. But be sure na bago ka umalis sa software na to, naging in the event na gusto mo lang ng may variety ng options si client, kaya gusto mong aralin yung iba-ibang software, then that's fine. Just make sure na, alam mo yun, medyo gamay mo na itong isang platform, kaya kaya mo nang, habang may ginagawa kang project sa platform na to, kaya mo mag-aral ng ibang platform. So if you're just starting out, do not overwhelm yourself. Just choose the best platform for your client and the platform that you're also comfortable using. Next is, pag meron ka ng platform, so you have to create a study plan and stick to it. So si Google Calendar, it's just free, so let's utilize it. So what you can do, this is just a sample schedule, and I know not everyone is doing this freelancing business full-time. So I understand yung iba, my full-time job, my kids pa at home, and you're super busy every day, even on weekends. But if you really want to do this, then you need to set a time. Let's say kahit siguro 1 hour a day. That's fine. At least may progress ka. So in my personal experience, what I did or how I learned fast is ang ginawa ko was I looked for websites that are designed in Showit. So I would be aware ano ba yung mga features or ano ba yung mga type of design na kayang gawin ng software na to. So that's first. And then I listed the URL, sinave ko lang siya somewhere. And the next step is I watched the basic tutorial of Showit. So just to be familiar with the platform itself, para alam ko ano ba yung buttons and gagamitin, how can I adjust this and that. And then, so after ko napanood yun, I signed up for a free trial and then started designing. Now, during designing, syempre, I'm not really familiar yet with the software. So, ang ginawa ko, so isipin ko ano ba yung gusto kong gawin. Let's say I want to create a drop-down menu. So, hindi ko siya alam gawin. So, what I did was, pumunta ako sa YouTube or Google and then I searched how to add drop-down menu and Showit. And lalabas na maraming articles. You just have to choose kung papanoorin mo. So let's say, I think it was a video. So ginawa ko, okay, so ito yung mga steps. I pause it first. And then pag sinabi niyang, look for this option, I pause the video, pupunta ako dun sa laptop ko, and then gagawin ko yung step. So parang step by step, ginagawa ko siya real time while sinasabi niya sa video. So I think for most of us adult learners, that's how we learn fast, by doing it ourselves. So if that works for you, then great. But you know yourself better than anyone else. So whatever works for you better, then go for it. Okay, so this is just a sample example schedule, and nilagay ko dito schedule it in your calendar because, we tend to forget things. So we won't have any excuses kasi naka-calendar na siya, and there's also a reminder, I think, 1 hour or 30 minutes or 10 minutes before the event. So pwede mo siyang i-set up so that you won't miss your schedule. Because again, if you want to do this, you have to invest not just money, but definitely your time and also patience. Okay. So yon, create a study plan and select or schedule it in Google. Now, let's say meron ka ng plan kung ano yung gagawin mo on a weekly basis, then you go track your skills and celebrate small wins. So sometimes, parang ang nangyayari kasi if, let's say, you're a newbie and WordPress yung gusto mong aralin, what happens is na-overwhelm ka sa mga kailangan mong gawin. You're not taking note of anything na kailangan mong matutunan. It's just all in your hand, and then you'll end up overwhelmed, and ending is hindi mo na siya gagawin because parang nawala na yung confidence mo na, ay, hindi ko to kaya, napakadami kong kailangan gawin. So to avoid that, just track the skills you want to learn. So first, ang focus mo dyan is, of course, the software, let's say WordPress or Elementor, then everything related to those two platforms. Yun yung ilalagay mo dito sa skills I want to learn. And then you can also add other design skills you want to learn that you can use for your web design business. You can also put the status here, done na ba siya or ongoing, and when did you finish it if you want. You can even add notes here, yung ilagay mo yung links ng mga resources mo. It's up to you. And if you want to get a copy of this tracker, just let me know. Pwede ko siyang ilagay sa comment. So you can copy this tracker and then just edit it according to how you want to use it. And also, don't forget to celebrate small wins, regardless of how small it is. Give yourself credit because you deserve it. And let's say, sabihin mo ng 1% progress lang meron ka every day. In 1 year, that's 365%. So imagine kung gaano nakalayo yung narating mo if only you're exerting 1% effort every day. Sabihin mo ng 1 hour every day yung ginagawa mo. So, just to recap, create a plan and track your skills. So you'll be surprised, napakadami mo na palang alam gawin. Okay. Now, dun sa calendar mo, let's say after a week, so medyo nagagamay mo na yung software, then also set a goal kung kailan mo gustong i-launch yung website mo. Okay, and then I just have a few tips here for your website and also for when you're designing website in the future. So number 1, use branded photos. It doesn't have to be taken by a professional photographer. Kasi, but if you have budget for it, then that's definitely awesome. But if, alam mo yun, nasa startup level pa lang tayo, then we can use smartphones. I believe most of the smartphones right now can capture great photos. So pwede na yan, just be creative when it comes to yung background mo para cohesive ka pa rin dun sa brand colors mo. Next is to follow the design rules. So there are tons of basic design rules, but do not limit your creativity because of these rules. Because there are cases where, especially now, designers are getting more creative. So maybe may ibang rules na nabibend ng konti, but there are some general rules that can't really be changed. For example, white space and then balance of the elements. So white space, basically, that's just the spaces on your website. And balance means, let's say, on the right side, puro sila crowded na yung mga elements doon. Ang dami mong text, ang dami mong photos. And then on this side, napakadaming space. So you see hindi siya balanced. So, it's easy to see those things, but there are some design issues sometimes na kailangan ng second look. And definitely, mag-go through ka dyan sa review process mo. So, just search Google what are the design rules that you need to follow. Usually covered to ng graphic designing courses or articles. Now, when it comes to your buttons or your call to actions, the purpose of those buttons is for the visitor to see it, to notice it, and to click it. So, pag CTA, call to action, or buttons, then use a color that stand out or yung highlight siya, yung madaling makita. Because again, the purpose is for users to see it and click it. Okay? Next is to make sure it's mobile optimized because nowadays mas maraming mobile user compared to desktop user. And of course, you don't want to miss the opportunity na mas marami kang viewers. Now, last but not the least, use a copy that converts visitors to paying clients. Okay? So remember that your website is not about you. Though meron kang about me section, so yes, then may share lahat ng history mo or everything about you. But the rest of the pages, it's about your ideal client. So you have to talk to them. You have to talk about them, okay? And show them how your offer or how your service can help them, can transform them from point A to point B. So parang more on transformation. Ano ba yung benefit? Ano ba yung benefit nitong offer mo sa akin? So parang dun lang umiikot yung copy ng website mo. And also for website copy, long paragraphs is not advisable because honestly, wala nagbabasa ng napakahabang paragraph unless of course it's a blog. But personally ako, nagsiskip ako madalas and I only focus on the things na madaling basahin. So how can you make it easy to read? Number one, break down your text. Gawin mo siyang one-liner or basta one sentence or 1 to 2 sentences, that's fine. You can also use bullet points para ma-itemize mo sila. Okay, so just break down it. It has to be short and sweet. Hindi siya kailangang maging parang biography or parang essay. Okay, no one's gonna read that. Or last resort is to hire a copywriter. If you have a budget for it, then you can go ahead and hire a copywriter just to make sure na alam mo yun, your website is made for conversion. And last but not the least, meron pa pala tayo dito, enjoy the process. So this is the first time na magde-design ka, right? So it might be, parang siguro na mauubusan ka ng pasensya kapag you're trying to figure out something pero hindi mo makita kung paano siya gawin. Well, it takes patience talaga to build something you really want, especially if you're just new to that software. So just take it slow, enjoy the process, and remember, since web designing business mo, this is what you'll do every time may bago kang client. So if you don't enjoy the process of web designing, then you have to think twice if web designing ba yung gusto mong i-offer or hindi. Okay, so yun lang. So just to recap, nakalimutan ko. So recap natin. So choose one platform. Create a study plan and stick to it. Track your skills and celebrate small wins. And then go ahead and launch your website. Okay. Now, since you already have experience how to build a website, so syempre dagdag na yan sa confidence, and you can already start your business. You're all ready for business. So now we'll be talking about my onboarding process, web design workflow, and offboarding process. So to those who are following me on Instagram, you probably know that I'm currently revamping everything. So from branding, from my website, from my offers, and everything about my business, nire-revamp ko siya. So, but I already have some processes in place, and that's what I'm going to share. Wait lang, inulan ko ng water. Okay. So we will skip the part of finding clients, of building connection with them, yada, yada, yada. So I'll skip that. And let's go straight to the onboarding process. So when your client says yes, so nagsend na kayo ng proposal and they said yes, then of course, send them a welcome email. Remember, you want them to have a good experience working with you. So definitely welcome email is a must do. So for this welcome email mo, just thank them for choosing your business, for working with you, and then give them a heads up na magsisend ka na ng contract mo, ng invoice, list of requirements and questionnaire. And itong contract and requirements and questionnaire, I'll show you that in the next slides. But how can you send these files kay customer? So I actually have two options, but I would recommend this one. Kaya iniwan ko na lang siya dyan as in wala ka ng ibang option. So this is free and I recommend this. Create a folder in your Google Drive for each of your client. And then gawa ka doon ng isang folder specifically for your onboarding requirements. Doon mo ilalagay yung PDF files mo ng contract, ng invoice, requirements, and even yung questionnaire mo. Now, as for invoice, it depends on how you wanna get your payment. So in my case kasi, ever since PayPal yung ginagamit ko, though mas mababa yung conversion rate nila and they have charges, I still decided to keep using PayPal because for me, it's the most convenient way for my clients to send me their payment. So hinaya ko na lang siya. And then but still I charge them for the transaction fee. Now it's up to you. Pwedeng sa PDF mo ilagay and then ilagay mo na lang doon yung instructions how they can send you the money. Okay. So again, create a folder in Google Drive. Lagay mo doon lahat ng onboarding requirements mo. And then send another email to your client with just one link. Okay, so it's easier. It looks more organized kapag everything is in one place. So just give them one link and then give them instructions. Ano ba included? What do they need to do? Ano ba yung kailangan nilang isend back sa'yo? Okay, I recommend this. And again, free si Google. So let's utilize it. Si Google Drive, if I remember it right, I think it's free for up to 10 gig. And 10 gig is already a lot. So yeah, you can still use it for free. Onboarding process. So these are the resources I'm telling you about. So you might ask, saan ko ba pwedeng kunin yung mga contracts ko? There is actually a lot of websites where you can download contract templates for your web design business, but I only just picked 3. So this is free, but make sure that you personalize and edit it as needed. And my personal preference is gusto kong maikli lang. I think my contract is 1 to 2 page only. So, syempre, para hindi mahirapan magbasa si client. So, if review the contract, if you think hindi naman siya necessary for your project, just remove it. Tanggalin mo na yung mga unnecessary clauses na hindi naman talaga kailangan. As for the web design questionnaire, okay. So, wait, let's click this. Okay, you can get a copy of this. Just let me know if you want one. So yung questionnaire ko, I think it will take them around maybe 5 to 10 minutes to complete this. So basically, ang laman nito is their general info, business info, kasama dyan ano ba yung industry nila, when was it launched, target market, headquarters, and organizational details. So ito yung mga ilalagay natin sa website. Website requirements, ano ba yung gusto niyang gawin, ano ba yung gusto niyang features or pages na meron sa website niya, and design preferences. So dito sa design preferences, there are questions here wherein they can enter a URL of a competitor, URL of a website that they like and what they like about it. So it doesn't mean that you have to copy the design of those websites, but it just use it to get insight kung ano yung preference ni customer when it comes to design. Okay. Mas efficient yun kesa sa magta-try ka ng maraming design and then papapiliin mo si client. So sayang sa oras. Okay, so just get whatever website they want and then see what they have in what similarities do they have and then i-apply mo siya sa website ni client. Ayun, so that's it. Ay, wait na. Pabalik na tayo. Here. Okay, next. Okay. Now, tapos na natin siyang i-onboard. Okay. Ready na lahat. Now, we'll be talking about the website design workflow and I have 6 steps. Okay, and iisa-isahin natin yan. Let's start with collect assets. So, as website designer, you have to be clear of your scope of work. You're a designer, you're not a copywriter, you're not a photographer, you're not a brand designer. So kung web design ang talaga na-offer mo, then the client needs to be aware kung ano yung scope of work mo and kung ano yung mga kailangan mo from them. Okay? So the assets, these are these things, the main logo and yung variation niya. So you can use it sa light background or sa dark background, or if they have colored, then hingin mo. And preferably, it should be in this format, PNG, para walang background. The next is their brand Bible. So, andito yung logo usage, yung color palette nila, yung fonts, and other design elements na ginawa sa kanila ni brand designer nila. Next is, of course, photos. This is very important. Though in my current package, meron ako dong parang statement na stock photo sourcing included if needed. Because there are some clients na they really want a website but wala pa silang branded photos. So that's why they need to use stock photos. Those stock photos, it is okay. It's still recommended for them to have at least maybe 1 or 2 branded photos man lang of their faces or of themselves, because it's their website, especially if they are service-based businesses. And lalo na, mas importante ito sa mga e-commerce, they have to have their own photos. And it should be high quality kasi lalo na if gagawin mo siyang hero or isi-stretch mo siya, possible na mag-pixelate yung or mag-blur yung photo if hindi maganda yung quality niya. And that's bad for website. Next na kailangan mong hingin is the website copy or yung text na ilalagay mo sa website. So there are 3 options. 1, they do it themselves if they can and if they have time. Next, they hire a copywriter. So yun yung isasend nila sa'yo. Usually naka-doc file lang to. And the last one is if ino-offer mo din naman yung copywriting, then just offer it as an add-on. And then lastly, again, Google Drive. So create a folder that includes all of the assets para mas madali mo siyang mahanap pag magde-design ka na. So we want to be organized para sure na lahat ng sinend niya, you have it, lahat ng kailangan mo, you already have it before you start designing. So after collecting assets, strategy session na. Okay, so the strategy session, it's up to you and your client how you want to do it. You can do it over a call or pwede namang gumawa ka ng strategy session and then send it to your client for approval or sa team. Yeah. So during strategy session, you need to talk about the goals of the client. Ano ba yung goal niya for the website? And then also talk about the list of pages na gusto ni client, and also you can suggest ano ba yung kailangan niya for his or her business. So let's see yung goals. Okay. I have 3 examples here. So you need to talk about the goals and let them or ask your clients ano ba yung top priority mo. Okay. So in this example, prio 1 ko is yung book a call. So definitely sa taas or yung hero part ng website ko, yung pinakataas ng website ko. Ang i-highlight ko dyan is yung book a call kay client. Now, next to it, doon ko na pwedeng ilagay yung freebies, and then sa bandang baba, that's when I can add the blog section. So, depende sa goal nila. For e-commerce brands, so definitely shop ang goal nila to buy their product. So, yan yung i-highlight mo. And so on and so forth. It has to be clear kasi maguguluhan ka kung paano mo i-design yung website if you're not clear with the goal. Now, there are some clients na parang ang dami nilang gustong gawin. You can guide them, pinpoint kung ano ba talaga yung top priority nila. Maybe asking, what is your goal in the next 3 months? We'll work on that first. Parang isa-isa lang, hindi pwedeng prio 1 lahat. So it has to be isang prio 1, isang prio 2, isang prio 3, and so on. Okay? So, itong goals na to, dapat manggagaling to kay client and i-guide mo lang siya. Next is to create a sitemap. So, sitemap is basically just a list of your pages. And then sa pages na yon, ano ba yung mga sections na kasama? So, dun sa example kanina, prio 1 ko is book call. So, siya yung first section ko. Next section is a freebie. And then down here, andito yung blog post ko. And then sa about page, ano yung mga gusto kong ilagay dyan. Now, the easiest way of creating a strategy session is if you do it via video, if client is okay with it and has time for it. Actually, your client has to make time for it. Kasi mas madali yon para parehas kayo nagbibigay ng input nyo. So, ano ba yung mga pages na gusto niya, sections na gusto niya dito sa, let's say, services page. And you can also share based on your experience, based on the other or previous website you designed or website na mga nakita mo based on your research. Ito yung mga nakita kong nakalagay sa services nila. So you can suggest para alam mo yun, maging mas maganda yung flow ng pages ng website ni client. So next, so recap ulit tayo. Collect assets. Number 2, goal and sitemap. Yun. Number 3, medyo jargon na siya when it comes to website. So this is low fidelity wireframe, or it's also called low-fi wireframe. Okay, so technically ano lang to, sketch lang to sa paper like this. Ako mismo nag-doodle niyan. Or if you want to do it digital, if you want it to be digital, then pwede mong gawin to. Okay, though for me, I find it easier if i-draw ko na lang siya and then lalagyan ko ng mga labels. So whatever works for you, yun yung gawin mo. Now, in the event that you want to do it, do you want a digital version, then gamitin mo yung mga tools na to. What I use is Figma because it's free. Siyempre, doon na tayo sa free muna kasi may mga subscriptions pa tayong binabayaran. But if you have access to Sketch or Adobe XD, pwede mo siyang gamitin for your lo-fi wireframe. Now, itong part or stage ng workflow na to, I don't send this to my client. Okay, so parang pang personal use ko lang siya. This is the very first stage of creating or of visualizing the website. Okay, so sinesave ko lang siya dito. For my use lang siya. Okay. Now, next to lo-fi wireframe is still wireframe, but this time it's called high fidelity wireframe or hi-fi wireframe. So during this phase, i-design ko na siya using the assets of my client. So andyan na yung photos niya, andyan na yung copy niya, andyan yung brand color niya and other branding elements niya. Okay, parang ito na mismo yung magiging final output ng website mo. But during this stage, hindi ko pa siya i-build sa platform. Let's say WordPress, Elementor. Hindi ko pa siya i-build doon. Kasi it takes longer to design it sa platform mismo compared to if you will design it using these tools. Okay. So again, I still use Figma because it's free. So, ang ginagawa ko, first na gagawin kong wireframe is, okay, balik tayo dito. So let's just say, I'm not sure if homepage pa to, but let's just say this is homepage. Okay, so na-visualize ko na, this is how I want it to look like. Okay, pag meron na akong guide, i-design ko na siya ngayon. Digital design na to, using Figma, and lalapatan ko na siya ng mga asset ni client. Okay. Uunahin ko yung homepage. Now, after the hi-fi wireframe ng homepage, I send it to client for review, and if okay siya sa style na ganon, then I start creating hi-fi wireframe of the rest of the pages. So let's say 5 yung pages niya, lahat yun may hi-fi wireframe. Okay? Then pagkatapos ko na lahat ng wireframe, send ko ulit kay client or sa team niya for review. Okay? They really have to review it because after nyan, once na-approve na nila yung hi-fi wireframe, that is the only time you build it on your desired platform. Okay, so again, once na-approve na ni client lahat ng hi-fi wireframe mo ng lahat ng pages niya, if okay na lahat, if wala nang revisions, then you start building it. This is how you design efficiently. Kasi let's say, i-design mo na siya diretso sa platform and then nung pina-review mo, ang dami palang revisions, major revisions. So, sayang yung time and effort mo building it on the platform. Okay? So, build the website and i-optimize mo na rin yung mobile and tablet view niya. So, during the stage, kung may revisions man si client, most probably minor na lang yun. But not major because na-review na nila yung wireframe mo. Okay, so that's step 5. Build the site once na-approve na si hi-fi wireframe. Okay. Last part of the design workflow is the testing phase. So I divided it into 2 because the first stage is for you as the designer. You'll be the one checking or testing the website. So check mo yung design and flow. Kompleto ba yung pages and sections? Are the buttons working? Forms working? Yung integrations, gumagana ba lahat? Yung SEO or yung mga name ng images mo and ng pages mo, naayos mo ba? Or the social share images setup, yung permalinks mo okay ba? So your permalinks or yung page slug, ito yung parang ganito. So, let's say ang website ko is hazelmandanilla.com/about-me. Now, there are some platforms wherein pag inedit mo yung name ng page, they don't automatically update the page slug. So, you have to make sure na nagmamatch to sa name ng page mo. And of course, importante rin na it's responsive both on desktop and mobile and tablet. Next is, so pag okay na lahat, na-test mo na, okay, everything's smooth, it's working, so tsaka mo lang siya ipapasa kay client for review. Okay. Now, what I suggest is you record a video, i-walk through mo sila, so parang ipapasyal mo sila sa buong website nila, and while explaining how this works. And you can also share the website URL to them so they can test it themselves. Now, you also have to tell your client, you have to instruct the client how to give you their feedback. Now, in most cases, mas madali sa kanila yung mag-record ng video habang tinuturo-turo nila dyan sa screen, ano ba yung mga gusto kong baguhin, may mga flaws bang nakita si client, ano ba yung mga dapat mong baguhin. So that's easy for them. Or if, alam mo yun, mahihain sila sa video, then they can just itemize it in an email. So that's the testing phase. Now, just a recap before tayo mag-offboard. So, okay na yung process natin. We have the assets, number 1. Number 2, may strategy na kayo, may goals na kayo, may sitemap na. Number 3, may lo-fi wireframe ka na for yourself. Number 4, meron ka ng hi-fi wireframe for your client. Number 5, ready na lahat, in-approve na ni client yung hi-fi wireframe, then you start building it. And then once you're done, you go through the testing phase. Now, once client approves the website, meaning okay na lahat, the client is satisfied, is happy with the outcome, then send an invoice for the remaining balance. I think I forgot to mention this earlier than the first part. Oh no, I actually have it. It's invoice, so I mentioned invoice. So for all of my design process, I always require 50% down payment and before I start, and then 50% once I'm done with the project, right before I turn over the website. Okay. So once paid na, depende paano mo ginawa yung website. So there are platforms wherein pwede mong gawin sa account mo and then you can just transfer it to your customers or to your client's account. And then dun mo na i-set up yung domain name nila, dun mo na i-connect. Or in the event naman na nasa account na siya ni client and binigyan ka lang ng admin access, then simply add or connect their domain name. Okay. Now once okay na lahat, searchable na si website and gumagana na yung URL na using his or her own domain name, then it's time to send your goodbye email, which includes the following. So first, thank them ulit for choosing you for their business. And also, don't forget to ask for review kasi gagamitin mo to for your portfolio or for your testimonial area ng sarili mong website. So ask for review. You can add a link sa Facebook group mo, Facebook page if that's how you want to get feedback. Or pwede mo namang sabihin na pwede lang sa email i-include yung review. And aside from review, also ask for feedback about your process. So para ma-improve mo pa din siya. And of course, celebrate with them, congratulate them with their new website. And in the event that you're offering a support after you turn over the website, which most of the time I actually offer 1 month support, one-on-one chat support after I turn over the website. Just give them instructions how to contact me. Ano ba yung channel na preferred mo? So email, I just want email, but there are some cases na my Instagram and that's okay. But my main channel for support is email. And that's how you offboard your client. And that's the end of the presentation. Meron ba tayong mga questions? Okay, we're just waiting for Miss Milna to join us. Wait, actually, naka-join ako sa Facebook. Nakikita ko siya. Ay, so magsasagot na ba tayo? Sige, while waiting for Miss Mel na maghanap na tayo ng mga questions na pwede nating i-address. Hi, Myra! Andito ka. Hello. May question ba? I want to copy. Okay, sige. Share ko yung link mamaya. Hi, freelancers from Candy Tanzo. Hi, freelancers. Quick question. What do you do when a client does not fill out the form but still pays for the project to start? Well, depende sa form mo. If it's tulad dun sa akin, web design questionnaire, it's really important. I cannot move forward without them filling it out. So, just follow up with the client, let them know kung bakit siya importante. Or there are some clients na ayaw kasi nila mag-type. So, what you can do is schedule a call, and instead na mag-fill out sila manually, then you can just ask them the question, and then i-take note mo siya. So, it's really important kasi hindi ka makakapag-proceed sa web design process mo. So, ayan na, si Miss Mel na.
Hi! Hello. Thank you so much. Grabe, ang dami kong natutunan din. Although website designer din naman ako. And I also use some of your tools. Gumagamit din ako ng Figma. Gusto ko lang i-note, bali nag-note ako kanina, yung sinabi mo na go deep before you go wide. Grabe, sobrang nagustuhan ko to. Kasi isa din to sa mga tinuturo ko talaga na to niche down. Parang kilalanin mo muna, i-hone mo muna yung isang skill bago ka, alam mo yun, bago ka mag-branch out, bago ka mag-offer ng ibang services. Isa muna, parang maging master ka muna sa isa. Then, if you want to add another skill or if you want to add parang another service, you can do so. Pero parang mag-focus ka muna sa isa, master it, learn the inside and out, tapos kung gusto mong magdagdag ulit, then dagdag ka, 'di ba? Sobrang nagustuhan ko lang yung part na yan. Si Myra nandito. Hi, Myra.
Yes.
May isa akong question dito nakita. Nasaan na ba? Ay, hindi pala question. Sabi lang gusto niya raw yung copy.
Sige. Okay lang ba mag-share ako ng link sa comment?
Oo naman. Sa
Sige. I'll share
sa
it
loob
later.
ng group. Oo. Ayan. Tapos isa din yung na-note ko kanina, yung actually parehas din tayo ng naging process nung nag-aaral ng web design. Kasi talagang lahat ng how to, ginugol ko na yata. How to add navigation bar, how to add, parang alam mo yun, lahat ng how to ginawa ko na sa Kasi sa
Google.
Elementor, ganun naman ginawa ko. Yung sa'yo kasi show it, yung sa akin naman Elementor. In Elementor. Puro ganun.
So, gamit
Kaya,
sa YouTube, sa freelancing area.
yes. Tama. Talaga ako, may masteral ako kay Google tsaka kay YouTube. Kaya lagi ko din sinasabi na Google and YouTube will be your best friend kapag gusto mong pasukin ng freelancing world at gusto mong maging successful na freelancer. Kailangan mo talagang parang, kailangan mong turuan ng sarili mo na mag-aral using Google and YouTube.
Yes. Kailangan din
Kung
ng
hindi pa kayang mag-course, hindi pa kayang mag-coaching program, then start ka muna sa'yo, sarili mo, Google.
Yes.
Ayun. So, wala tayong questions. Ako na lang magko-question.
Sige.
Habang nag-aantay tayo mag-question sila. Oh, by the way, yung 300 peso GCash load. So, ito yung question. Mamaya na natin ilalagay yung answer. Mamaya pa po. Later. Pero ito yung question. When should you start building the website on your chosen website platform? So, na-discuss yan Hazel kanina. I'm sure alam niyo na yung mga sagot kung nanood kayo. Pero mamaya pa. Magko-question muna tayo kay Hazel. So, in your own opinion, do you think it is necessary, hindi to SMM, di ko na-edit. Do you think it is necessary to have any certification or background in website design when you're starting your business?
No, not at all. So, hindi nyo kailangan ng certificate. Actually, ang puhunan nyo lang, we're lucky na na-discover natin yung freelancing business. Kasi ang puhunan lang natin dito is skills, determination na matuto or magkaroon ng skills, patience, and also confidence. So yun lang, hindi mo kailangan ng anything, hindi mo kailangan ng background. Experience, I would say yes. Pero background certificate, no, hindi siya required.
Tama, ako din. Hindi ko din talaga sinasabi na required siya. Hindi ko parang alam mo yun, lagi ko din sinasabi na kasi ako, I started din, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, Google lang, YouTube lang. So, parang hindi mo naman talaga kailangan na certified ka talaga. So, may question tayo dito. If I may ask, hello po, hindi namin nakikita yung pangalan nyo, pasensya na po. If I may ask, how much do you charge for one website project with all the process and systems you mentioned? Thanks so much, Hazel.
So when I started, kailan lang ba to? Few months ago. So when I started, ang first charge ko, supposed to be parang pro bono siya. Pero instead of doing it for free, I asked for around $90+ for isang page lang ng website. So yun yung very first client interaction ko or project ko. And then when I started getting paying clients talaga, I charged $500 for, I think it was 6 or 8 pages. And then, yung mga next clients ko na nag-range na sila between $500 to $700. But just this month, ano ba, in September, October, I think it was just this month, I started offering my web design service for $1,500. And actually, I just had a call, yung discovery call ko last time. And then, I was shocked. First time ko sabihin na I charge 1,500, and then she said yes. So ayun, nag-jump ako from 500 to 700 to 1,500. And actually, my goal is to charge 3,000 to 5,000 per website. But of course, I want to go through stages muna before ako mag-charge ng ganung kamahal. Kasi syempre, gusto ko rin valuable talaga yung makuha nilang exchange dun sa worth ng money nila. So ayun, you can start from 500. Don't go below 500. And then, pataas ka rin ng pataas.
Yay! So, yun. Ako din, actually, nag-start din ako sa 500 yata. 550, parang ganun. Nung nag-website design ako. Ito pa,
Saka
isang
yung
question.
okay.
How long does website design typically take?
Nung first time ko mag-design ng isang page, it took me a week. So, ang gamit ko dito, WordPress plus Elementor. As in, very first, yun yung may how-to pa ako sa Google. Kaya umabot siya ng 1 week. 1 week. Pero now, medyo nagamay ko na si Showit. So, once available lahat ng assets ni client, from logo to pictures to copy, pwede siyang matapos within 1 to 2 weeks. And nakadepende rin yun how fast your client respond or review your things for approval. So, in 1 to 2 weeks, pwede na siyang matapos.
Where did you learn this skill po? Did someone coach you po?
Oh, so, adik ako sa courses. So, may work pa kasi ako before. I was working full-time before. So, may budget ako to buy courses. So, nagkumuha ako ng freelancing, ng SMM, ng funnel. And currently now, medyo malaki yung investment ko sa coach. Pero she's a business coach. Hindi siya about skills. Kasi yung skills, inaaral ko siya by myself. So, nag-google nga ako. Nag-check ako ng documents nung mismong Showit. And pinapractice ko siya. Pag hindi ako alam gawin, I always go to Google or YouTube. Doon ko ini-enhance yung skill ko. And then nag-hire lang ako ng coach to help me build the foundation of my business and grow. So yun na. Pero yung skill, you can do it yourself. You just have to commit to it.
Okay. So basically, sinasabi mo na yung sa skills mo ngayon as a Showit designer, ikaw lang, solo lang.
Tsaka kasi Showit kasi what's good about it is madali siyang aralin. Medyo mas mabilis yung learning curve compared nung I was using WordPress. So super wow ako dun sa mga WordPress designers kasi it's complicated though you can learn it over time. Pero ayun, sa Showit, madali lang siyang gamitin. And you can also do that with other platforms naman.
Ang Showit ba, familiar siya with Elementor?
No. So, totally independent siya. Siya na mismo yung it's builder na mismo nung website.
Ayun nga, parang yung functionality niya, is it similar?
Yeah, similar lang. So, drag and drop, though in my opinion, mas bongga yung creative freedom ko doon compare sa other platforms. So parang kanya-kanyang ano lang yan, trip
Oo.
kung anong platform yung best for you.
Ako naman kasi is talagang WordPress and Elementor talaga ako. Eto, what are your struggles when you started freelancing?
So finding clients, yun yung pinakauna. Kasi yung mga first few courses ko, they're more about skills. Parang tinuturuan lang ako nila ng process and a bit of looking for clients din. Pero yun talaga yung nag-struggle ako. Though the moment na nag-market ako directly sa social media, because before, I also learned how to use Upwork online jobs and it's really frustrating kasi maubos na yung connect mo. Yung tawag doon, connect sa Upwork. Wala pa rin nagre-reply sa application mo. So um, I started marketing myself sa social media, especially sa Instagram. And almost, I think lahat ng naging clients ko, they're from Instagram. So, ayun, you just have to go out there. Before, parang nag-hesitant ako pumunta sa, alam mo yun, maging active sa social media. Kasi parang nahihiya ako, baka anong comment sa akin ng mga friends ko, mga relatives ko, baka isipin nila vlogger, wannabe ako. Pero still, hindi naman para sa kanila itong ginagawa ko, para to exposure sa client. So, doon ako nag-start, magkaroon ng, alam mo yun, though hindi pa consistent, I'm still learning how to, get consistent clients. Pero at least I'm getting at least once a month or more, parang ganun.
And lastly, what are your tips for our aspiring freelancers or aspiring website designer who wants to become successful in freelancing?
Siguro, two things siguro. First one is, just start now. So like yung sabi ni Miss Mil na kanina, if wala pa kayong budget for courses, for coaches, pwede kayong mag-aral on your own. Andyan si Google, andyan si YouTube. Actually, halos lahat ng resources andyan. Though ang difference niya lang kasi pag may course kang binili is naka-laid out na siya sa'yo step by step. So, yun, just do it now. Huwag mo nang hintayin yung sahod mo sa katapusan kung pwede ka na mag-start mag-Google ngayon by yourself. So, yun yung first, take action agad. Second, actually, tatlo pala yung naisip kong ibigay na tip. Second is, ano ba yung second ko? Be confident. Kasi as I mentioned earlier, confidence, isa sa mga puhunan natin yan. We don't really need paper telling us na graduate tayo sa ganitong school, ganitong courses. You just have to be confident about yourself. Actually, yung mindset, it's a big part of the business. So if you have time, just go check articles about mindset because it will really help you be confident about yourself, about your skills. Kahit beginner ka pa lang, just be confident. And then eventually, magiging normal na siya sa'yo. So that's second, be confident. And then yung third one is learn and implement. So ngayon, if bibili ka ng course pero hindi mo siya gagawin, wag mo nang bilhin kasi sayang, wala kang makikitang result. So when you learn, always apply kasi that's where you get the result. So, yan.
Yeah, I agree. Meron nga akong actually isang mantra ko to or sariling quote ko, yung start today and tweak as you go. Parang lagi ko din yung sinasabi sa mga mentees. Kasi kung parang nangangarap ka lang na maging successful freelancer and you don't take action, parang you don't do anything about it, then you won't get there, 'di ba? Pero if you take action today, eventually marireach mo din yung ganong state, yung successful freelancer ka, marireach mo din siya. So ayun,
Yeah.
bali, yan lang din yung palagi kong tinitip sa inyo, guys. Start lang, start today, learn, tapos lahat ng natutunan nyo, implement nyo, gawin nyo, take action, and then tweak as you go. Tweak nyo na lang. Kung gusto nyo mag-increase ng price, tulad ng ginawa ni Hazel, 2, 3 months from now, gusto mo mag-increase ng price, do so. Kung gusto mo magdagdag ng skills, magdagdag ng service, do so, di ba? Pero the important thing is you start today.
Yeah. So at least may progress kesa sa naghihintay.
Yes. Sa nangangarap. Di ba?
Mm-mm.
Iba yung nangangarap sa nangangarap ka na wala kang ginagawa kaysa yung nangangarap ka na may ginagawa ka, di ba?
Very, very different.
May isa pa tayong question. How many clients po ang feasible goal nyo po in a month?
in a month. So, ang goal ko kasi is, so per client, ang goal ko is 1.5. Actually, that's what I'm charging now, 1.5. So, I'm planning to take at least 3 clients a month, or actually maximum na yun, 3 clients, because that's already equivalent to $4 or $5. And that's a huge amount of money pag kinonvert natin. So, ayoko namang sobrang mapagod, ma-overwhelm, and end up na hindi maging maganda yung project ko. So, nililimit ko currently sa rate ko ngayon is 3 clients per month.
Ayun, Nova. Lastly, where can we find you?
I'm active on Instagram. So just find me. It's just Hazel Mendonilla. Ayan. So yeah, I'm active. Just follow me. And if may questions kayo about web design, you can reach out to me. Friendly naman ako sa DM.
Oo, friendly siya. Kaya lang minsan matagal ka mag-response, no? Kasi,
Oo, ay, sorry.
sige,
So, parang isa rin sa rule ko yun. Kasi parang ang tagal ko nagsispend ng oras sa social media ko na parang mayat-maya ako. Alam mo, may habit na mayat-maya ka nag-check ng likes, ng comments. So, ginagawa ko, schedule ko siya at least 2 hours sa night, 2 hours sa morning. Parang ganun. So, pasensya kung hindi agad ma-replyan yung mga
oo, kasi ako din, sobrang, parang, pag nag-start ka na mag-scroll, mag-check, ganyan, parang wala nang katigilan.
never-ending scroll.
Oo, 'di ba? Rabbit hole nga yan eh. So, ayun, guys. I think we're good. May questions pa ba kayo? If you have, comment down below. We still have 6 viewers. Kung wala na, then I think we're good to go with the answer. Sige guys, magsagot na kayo sa question natin kanina. Si Hazel ang judge nyo.
Kung sino ba yung unang sumagot?
Oo. Unang tamang sagot.
Anong tamang sagot? Naku, parang walang sumasagot ah.
Wala nga. Si Myra. May delay kasi ito eh. Parang 2 minutes delay yata sa Facebook.
Oo.
Dami ko pong natutunan sa inyo.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching, Myra.
Oo, napaka-supportive ni Myra. And actually, I had
Oo,
fun
very
sa
supportive.
live. Parang noong una ka lang kakabahan, lalo na nung nag-countdown, bigla ka, nag-countdown.
Oo.
Pero nung nag-start na ako, parang nag-flow na lang siya easily.
Galing mo nga eh. Parang wala namang kakaba-kaba.
Naubos
So,
na nung countdown.
at saka nung before ka pumunta dito sa StreamYard, naubos na.
Oo.
Sabi ni Novavi, after planning po.
Go. Parang kulang. So, something more specific. Anong planning? San banda to? So, remember, meron akong 6 workflows. And if I remember, I think ilang beses ko tong highlight kanina. So,
Oo.
anong stage
Saka
sa
may
doon?
recap pa. Nag-recap ka pa nun eh. Sayang ang 300, guys. Now is the time. Charot.
No, is that true?
Ngayon na tayo mag-build. Walang makasagot, guys. Sayang. 9 kayo dito. Sayang
Anong
naman ang
mangyayari sa
300.
thumbnail na? Anong mangyayari dun sa 300 Gcash pag, just in case na walang walang sumagot?
Wala. Ay, di wala. Next week ulit.
Sayang. Once you are ready
Sayang walang
financially,
300 eh.
the assets.
Hindi po.
Candy. So may sagot na si Candy, pero hindi ito yung hinahanap natin na sagot.
Oo. Hindi po
Ano siya,
yan.
if naalala nyo, may sinabi akong kanina, medyo jargon part na siya ng website. Oh,
Ayan. Sino to? After ng create a study plan eh. After finishing building the high fidelity wireframe.
frame. So, si Jane Watts, after finishing building the high fidelity wall frame. So, for me, yes, ito yun.
Yay! Sino to? Hindi ko to kilala. Jane? Si Jane ba to?
Jane Watts. Yeah, si Jane Watts. Hindi natin nakikita sa StreamYard. Pero yay!
Oo.
Congrats, Jane!
Congrats!
May pang Shopee ka na.
Um, Salamat, Shopee. So, ayan. Bali, message mo ako, Jane. Para mamaya after ng live, I will transfer you the 300.
Yay! Instant cash.
Instant cash. O, nanood ka lang for 1 hour, di ba? May 300 ka na. Natuto ka na, nagkapera ka pa.
Yes.
Di ba? Ay, hindi pala to. Sorry. Uh-huh. Wala nang question, guys. Okay na tayo. I think we're good.
Yay!
Mag-closing lang ako. So, again, guys, of course, free 30-minute coaching with me, milnavasquez.as.me/coffee chat. So, no strings attached yan, walang bayad. It's free. You can ask me anything about freelancing. And you can also watch yung mga previous lives dito sa Freelancing Society or even sa YouTube channel ko, which is milnavasquez.com/YouTube. And lastly, syempre, yung hinihintay nating lahat, ang ating Canva giveaway. Juna, are we good? Ang guys, ha, ang ating pa-Canva. Sayang kasi yung 1 year, di ba?
Yeah, tsaka magkano siya monthly? I think nasa around 600 plus per month yung pro. So, laking tipid.
$12. $12 per month. So more or less, nasa 600 nga siya. Depende sa conversion. Pero sayang pa din, di ba? Ayan, game na po. Okay guys, bali nagkaroon kasi kami ng technical difficulties last week about doon sa Canva giveaway natin, no? So ngayon, gagawin natin yun, ang gagawin na lang is i-comment ng isa sa team member ko, si Juna. I-comment niya sa comment section natin ngayon, then screenshot it sa comment section, including itong video namin ni Hazel. Tapos, screenshot it, tapos post it sa Instagram story nyo, then tag me at Milna Vasquez. Yun yung sa 3 months. Kasi, di ba, we have dalawa. Kahit i-screenshot nyo tong part na to, hindi pa rin siya counted kasi kailangan yung comment section yung ma-screenshot nyo. So, i-comment na yun ni Juna. Ayan, commented na daw. So, screenshot nyo yun, yung nasa comment section, then post it on your Instagram story, tag me. So, tapos you join Canva for Freelancers Facebook group. And don't forget to put my name or Freelancing Society PH dun sa question nila, sa membership question nila na how did you hear about our community? Sila kasi yung mag-validate ng winners, kaya kailangan nyo talagang mag-join sa Canva for Freelancers. Then if you wanna win yung 1 year free Canva Pro subscription, 1 year yun. Ito kasing nasa taas, that's for 3 months. Bali, ang mananalo dyan is 10 lucky winners ng 3 months Canva Pro. And then meron tayong isang lucky winner for 1 year Canva Pro. Ang kailangan nilang gawin, go to my Facebook page, Milna Vasquez, Freelancer MVA Coach. Tapos hanapin nyo dun yung post namin about the Canva giveaway. Tapos comment kayo, how does Canva help you in running your freelance business? Write your most creative comment, guys, ha, para naman mag-enjoy kami magbasa. So, ayun. Take advantage nyo tong giveaway na to kasi sayang. So, na-mention nga namin kanina ni Hazel, Canva is $12 per month. Kung makakakuha ka ng 1 year, that's $120, guys. Diba? Sayang. almost 6K, I think. Tama ba? Ay, hindi pala 120 kasi 12 months eh. Ang tanga sa math. Basta parang ganun. Ay, magkano ba yun? Ay, ewan ko. Hindi ko na-compute. Nasa $12 per month to for 1 year Canva. Ay, per month na Canva Pro. Comment kayo doon, guys. If you want to win naman yung 3 months lang, then just post yung graphic na pinost ni Juna sa comment section ng live na to. Then post it on your IG story. So si Jane Watts, message mo lang ako for the 300. And I think we're good. I can't see the comment daw. Who? Sabi ni Nova. Juna, kindly check, please. Pa-comment, guys, if you can see the comment. Ay, pa-comment if you can see the comment. Redundant. Ayaw niya mag-post. Ala, bakit? Yes, pwede naman after live. We'll post it after. Pwede siguro yun, Juna. We'll post it after live na lang. Tapos, siguro mga 30 minutes lang. Then, we'll take it down. Yes po. Ayun, ganun na lang, guys. After ng live, i-post namin sa comment section mamaya. Then, it will be there for 30 minutes. Tapos, screenshot nyo kasi kailangan ma-delete namin yan after 30 minutes. So, lang. Thank you very much, Hazel, for joining me ulit today.
Thank you then for the opportunity.
Ang galing mo nga eh. And thank you everyone for tuning in. See you next week for another Facebook Live with guest expert. And of course, another chance to win the 300 pesos giveaway. Tapos, next week na rin namin i-announce yung winner ng Canva giveaway. Yung 10 3 months at saka yung isang 1 year winners. We will announce it next Facebook Live. So next week. That will be 5 p.m. ulit. Dito ulit sa loob ng Facebook group. Bye guys. Good night. Gabi na pala. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.